The most important question is, do I want to see my channel be successful? I'm going to pull Emma McKeon on this one. So if you don't know who Emma McKeon is, she's an Australian swimmer, and she was the most decorated athlete at the 2020 Summer Olympic Games. She won 7 total medals, which was more than any other competitor in any sport. She's a she, so that's a really big deal. Too. I think the next highest number of Olympic medals was like 5. So she kind of dominated everybody at the Olympic Games in 2020. And I saw this interview of her, and she was talking about how, like, her coach told her people will be focusing on the people who've, like, Olympic champions and world record holders and stuff like that. And she didn't have that kind of, I guess you could say it, in the American press, they're very formulaic as to press coverage of people at the Olympic Games. Like, have they won an Olympic gold medal before? Write about them. Do they have a world record? Write about them. Are they American? Write about them. And she's like, so it was just kind of, in the American press doesn't really like Australian swimmers. So, like, anyway, I'm digressing. Her coach used that as kind of like, it'll be, like, I would interpret it as, like, it'll be okay, they're not going to write about you, because the American press doesn't really like Australian swimmers to begin with. Like, if they had realized she was going to win this many, like, become the most decorated Olympian at the 2020 Summer Olympics, chances are the American press would have antagonized her if they had, like, even had some premonition or prediction that she would have done that. And no, sure enough, they focused on these other people. And so I'd say, and she was very successful. If you're going off of number of Olympic medals, she was the most successful Olympian at the 2020 Summer Olympic Games. And I want her biography. Emma McKeon, I want to write your biography. Yeah. Anyway, okay, digressing. And so my point being is, maybe if you see this, Emma McKeon, like, yeah, I want to write about you. I want to write your biography. Yeah. I'll do you the justice that was not done to you by the International Olympic Committee or global press coverage during the 2020 Summer Olympics. I'll put it in a book. Yeah. I'll do all the work. Okay, distracted. Point being, I don't want to be successful, not saying, like, fitting the formula, but, like, win 5 Olympic gold medals and you'll get a bunch of press coverage. Woo! She won 4 or something like that. I was just kind of like, and then people just kind of snubbed her, and she won 7 total, and it's just kind of like, ooh, bad call on the American press side of things. And not everybody snubbed her, but a lot of high-profile press did. And so my point being is, I'd rather be snubbed and not necessarily have, like, than treated poorly. Like, seeing how the American press wrote about people who weren't their favorites. Sometimes the snubbed path is the better path to take. It could have been a whole lot worse had the American press woken up to these accomplishments she was achieving at the time. Because the American press doesn't like Australians, a lot of the press coverage very likely would have been antagonistic to negative, some press coverage is very abusive to the subjects they write about. So I'm saying that the path that happened to her, while some might in hindsight say is unfortunate, she should have been covered more, she was snubbed, it was probably for the best, at least in the United States of America. And so my point is, yes, I do want my channel to be successful, but I don't want it to be successful at the expense of being antagonized, being put down, being mistreated or abused, that kind of stuff. And so by pulling an Emma McKeon, it's having a high standard for me remaining me, and being like, I'd rather fly under the radar for a long time than go another path and be absolutely miserable. So yes, I do want to see it be successful, but I want to see it be successful in the right way, in a way that remains true to me.